Hello, friends, and welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about my garlic fail of the year. Now, every year we've been at this house that I've planted garlic, it has basically been a breeze. I've just put it in the fall, and it grew absolutely no problem at all, except this year. And my theory on that is because last year I had wooden beds where my cinder block beds are now. And everything grew great in them. But in order to redo these beds, we had to move around the soil a lot. And I just don't think the soil was as nutritious as it could have been by the time we got to pulling all this garlic out. And last year I just stuck it in the ground and covered it and called it good because I got it in the ground right before I had my hip replacement. And I couldn't really do too much until a few months ago. So it kind of just sat. It wasn't maintained like maybe I used to. But I had a little bit higher hopes because every year in the past has just been such a breeze for me. I've had beautiful big cloves, but I didn't. Not this year, but that's okay. I also am picking my leeks. This is the first year I've ever grown them, and I started them from seed, so it's very exciting.
Okay, so here's a look at what one garlic kind of started to bulb up. One didn't even grow past its clove. So, I mean, it dried out completely. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is past its prime completely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay these out in my garage on a flat surface. I'm going to put the fan on them. I'm going to help them dry out fast. And all I'm going to do is probably cut the bulbs off, blend them up with some olive oil, stick them in the freezer, because then I can at least still use them. What worries me is there's some spots down here that don't seem the best. And I'm hoping that means my cloves haven't rotted. Or they were like sick or something somehow. Which is kind of it's a little frustrating because this year or last year I bought seed garlic and I grew seed garlic. And I've only ever bought organic garlic from the store before and always planted it. And I got nothing with real seed garlic. So I'm a little frustrated, a little sad, but it's okay. I did also pick my leeks. So these are my leeks. Leeks are an allium. They are in the onion garlic family. I grew these ones from seed. They are not big because I don't think I did everything right. But it's just that I did it. I have a few I've already picked inside that I need to clean up. So that's one thing we are going to work on today. So all you do is I cut off the ends here and cut it off about here. So here to here is your like usable leek. I cut mine up into, cut it in half, and then you cut it in little rounds and wash them up. And they are delicious. And I use them just like I would onion. So this is exciting with these. So let me show you what I got. So you can see down here, this is all the garlic right here. Just a lot of it isn't great. And there is so much that has this like root thingy. I don't even know, like they feel fine, but like I'm second guessing if it's even good garlic, which is frustrating. And then those are all the leeks in the back. So let's take all these to the garage and get them figured out. So here's one of the garlics I pulled out that was a good one. And it was the first one I pulled out as my tester, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get decent garlic with everything going on. No, Nope, nope, nope. But it's okay. Not every year is a win with every single crop. This is the first year I have been growing tomatoes like I am. I don't think I've ever had this good of a tomato harvest ever in growing tomatoes since we've lived here. This is the first year that I've grown squash without it shriveling up before I get anything. Normally I might get a squash or two from a plant. This year I got multiple from multiple plants. And I will replant in the fall. And that's why some things don't bother me, because our growing season is so long that I can actually get like 2 growing seasons for most people out of it. We have like 275-ish days for growing. So I'm not overly upset, but it is frustrating sometimes when you put so much of your time and your effort and something just doesn't grow. But gardening is a thing of patience and learning that I have to experience every year, and I get frustrated with myself. But not every year is going to be the best year for everything. And that's what I have to remind myself. Like, I grew the leeks. I've never grown leeks before. I don't ever grow onions and onion type things because I'm on limited space, and I can get onions from our local farm so cheap. So it's like, why go through all the effort and the space if I don't really have it? I always do it for garlic, because garlic, it's just like that joy. But I know this year, I don't think our potatoes did very well. I just don't think they have. That's the next thing I need to dig up, because I'm pretty sure they're done, or at least the plants are dead. So I gotta figure that out. But for now, I'm just telling myself there's next year, and that's okay. There's next year. I can get my garlic from the grocery store. It will be fine. It's just a little upsetting sometimes, and that's okay. But I will survive. I will be okay. And I'm gonna go sit and drink some coffee. It's so hot already. We were in an excessive heat warning right now. This is like day 5 or 6 or something like that of it where we are in Mississippi. And I know there are so many places throughout the country right now that are in an excessive heat warning, and it is miserable. And normally it is miserable for us, but not like this in June. This normally happens in July, never June. At least since we've lived here. This is our 5th year here, and I'm getting pretty used to the weather, but this is wow is all I have to say. I'm gonna go sit, cool off, and then I'm gonna get to preserving. And I am working on, you see those over there? I'm still working on my canning class. Today we are gonna do some other fun things. I'm very excited, so get excited. It is coming soon.